What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. My name is the Cyberman. I make videos about tech, finance, and my software engineering journey. If you guys are new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Also, I wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. It's probably the reason why I'm actually posting this video is because of Thanksgiving, because I finally get some time off of school. But before we actually get into this video, I just wanted to mention my sponsor. Now, before we get into this video, I just wanted to say I might sound crazy. I could be. If I am, guys, let me know down in the comment section below. You're tripping. Do not make any sense. I'll totally agree with that. But also, I'm not an economics major. My major is computer science, so I have no clue how the economy works. At the same time, take my opinion with a grain of sand. Grain of salt. Don't take me too serious, but these are kind of just like what I've seen today and the situation that I feel like a lot of Gen Z people around the world are actually in the United States, because I know the United States is super expensive compared to the rest of the world. So I know we've all seen the news lately.
Supply-demand dynamics keep housing prices high. People can't afford to buy. I mean, at some point, something breaks, right? What is that?
And that brings us to our first point, that being prices of houses are just going crazy. I live in the Phoenix metropolitan area, so where I'm at, houses are about $436,100, which has actually been decreasing. So, there's a bright side to this conversation we're about to have. Prices have actually been decreasing, but still $436,100 is absolutely insane. And now let's go ahead and do some numbers on that. So let's say I make $100,000 a year, which is super rare actually. I'm pretty sure that's like top 10 in the United States of making money. So yeah, let's say I make $100,000 a year, right? So after paying taxes, federal tax, state tax, on my $100,000, I'm left with about $75,000 per year to spend on whatever I want. But let's say I save every single penny of that $75,000. So if I did this, it would take me about 5.81 years to get my first house. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Okay, why do you want to pay cash for a house? Why don't you actually just go ahead and get a loan? But that brings us to our second point. I'm sure most of you guys know what interest is, but just in case if you guys don't know, I'm just gonna explain it to you anyways. Basically, interest is the cost of borrowing money, typically charged annually based off the percentage of a principal. A principal is basically the total loan amount. So let's say I have a principal of $100 and I have an interest rate of 5%, then I would pay $5 per year on top of my monthly payment on that loan. So back to the cost of a house. Like I said, right now a house costs $436,100. So back in the year 2016, which is also known as the greatest year of all time, but back in 2016, interest rates are at 3.65%. And after doing the calculations on a $436,100 house, it would cost you a little less than $2,000 a month to pay the mortgage on that house. But interest rates today are absolutely insane. Interest rates today are actually at 8.426%, which if you do the same amount of principal, $436,100 a house on an 8.426% interest rate, that shoots your payment to over $3,000 a month, which is actually an extra $1,335 extra a month you're paying. That's not even going to your principal amount, not even going to your house. Now you're probably sitting there putting two and two together, wondering, okay, so the prices of houses are super high. In addition to that, the interest rates are super high, which only leaves us with one conclusion, that Gen Z will never afford to buy a house.
You're broke!
Alright, so my final point on why I think Gen Z is struggling to afford housing, or probably will never afford housing, is because of inflation. Now, same as interest, you guys probably know what inflation is, but I'm just gonna explain it anyways. So to put it simply, inflation is just the general rate at which prices are increasing in the economy, for goods and services. So far, since the year 2000, prices overall in the economy has actually gone up 70%. And you guys are probably saying, oh yeah, so minimum wage has also gone up, our wages have also gone up. Well, yeah, that is true. Wages have gone up 50% actually. Prices have gone up 70% and wages have only gone up 50%. That's a 20% gap. So I mean, that's not really that substantial. But if you actually take a look at how much housing has increased over the past 23 years, it's actually insane. So ever since the year 2000 till now, prices have increased 190%. So that's like saying a house in 2000 was about $120,000. Adjusting that for inflation today, the house with the same price would be $348,079. All right, so those are all my points. I just kind of wanted to talk about that and see, anyone out there, what's your opinion on this matter? Like I said, I'm kind of too young. I haven't really stepped out into the real world to, pay bills and all of that. But it's definitely an uphill battle for Gen Z, and I know some millennials out there are also struggling with this too. If you guys thought any of my points didn't make any sense, or if you guys want to, jump in on this discussion, let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you guys like this video, go ahead and drop a like, and if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time.